Hey, Steve Zook here. Good morning. Welcome back to Poksu channel and the Guitar Letter System. If you really want to take a quantum leap in your guitar playing, your understanding of guitar and music, and you want to wake up your own original musical ideas and give birth to some of your own musical ideas, invest the $199 in the Guitar Letter System. It really works. It's not bullshit. Just go to Steve Zook Guitars, scroll down the home page till you get to there. 100 studies, chart and video for each. I do not send all at once, but it really works. It creates like an intuitive guitar teacher in your own subconscious mind. It pieces together the 10 different systems of improvisation in a very, very organic manner with no note reading necessary, no complex theory to give you a headache. It's ear training, man. And the emails I get from people, it's different with everybody, but everybody kind of wakes up at a certain point and they're like, wow, I'm starting to really improvise and come up with interesting ideas of my own, and it's really fulfilling. But hey, I did a video a while back in this flamenco tuning, and I can't always do the perfect video, and a lot of times I'm going for showing the sound of an instrument. So I don't always show every little idea that I do, but I collect nylon string guitars, and especially ones like this that have the flame maple backs. I love the sound of these. I have quite a few of these Garcias. Really could care less if I sell them or not. If somebody's really connecting with one, we can talk. But this is made in Japan with wood that comes from all over the world. This one's a little rough. It's got some little funky things here. This is actually one of the first Garcias I ever bought. And I don't normally buy too many guitars from pawn shops because they usually are so high priced, and I get tired of arguing with them when I know they got it, probably relatively cheap, But this was one of the first Garcias I bought years ago. And the guy was playing it for me, the manager of the pawn shop, and he was standing a good, 45 feet away and playing it. And I could hear it so clear, and it had so much resonance. I just was like, wow, And I played it for a while. I think I came back the next day and bought it. And some of these like I've said a million times, the great guitars are few and far between. But some of these Garcias really have a nice tone, man. And some of the things you can do in this tuning, which is really a great tuning, you just make the G string an F sharp and make the low E a D, and you get this. Now some of the things, like simple things like this, just two strings. I keep finding new little tricks on this tuning. So this is something I just recently found. This little pattern. Weather's been changing so much lately, it's hard on guitar necks. Anyway, recently found this. But there's all kinds of, it's just it kind of brings out the Andalusia, flamenco Spain soul. I've got a lot of these Garcias, and I find them, if you can find a good one, they're some of the best value. I also like chords like this that kind of hint at the McLaughlin, John McLaughlin style. these chords always remind me of what I call primordial soup. You know, how the soup of gases and chemicals and everything before the elements were formed. I happen to believe in quantum elements, which is a whole other wrap. I've been into meditation for 40 years and really into consciousness development. Started doing transcendental meditation 40 years ago. But they've talked about, you know, empty space, and that there's a lot of empty space out there. But now they're talking about more, it's like quantum gravity. I came up with the term quantum elements because I think that there's, you know, there's a unified field. There's a field of all possibilities. You know, connecting with the one mind, everything's unified. You're like, well, what does that have to do with guitar? Well, I believe the universe is a hologram, and I believe we're all an idea in the one mind. And the more that we can learn to be really careful what we focus on, and focus on our connection with the quantum field, and daily meditation, we can tap into that reservoir of unlimited possibilities. Big part of it is just being happy and joyful for no reason. When you're happy and joyful, just to be alive, you get more lucky, and prosperity and money is attracted by joy as well. So, like I went into a 7. I don't drink alcohol. I quit alcohol a few years ago. I wasn't even drinking that much, but I have a son that has challenges with it, and that was part of the reason. But also, I just don't like the energy drop, and I don't like that. There's a lot of bad energy connected to alcohol. If you want to be the best guitar player, the best composer you can be, my suggestion is don't drink booze at all. Anyway, I went into a 7-Eleven to buy some water the other day, and the guy goes, "Man, you're one of the only people that come in here that's super positive." And I thought, wow, what a cool thing for him to say to me, you know, because I make a big effort to be positive. I make a big effort to radiate positivity everywhere I go, cheer people up. I do free life coaching for people. But I try to, you know, be an uplifter and cheer people up and try to be positive. But I thought this guy's, you know, the fact that he kind of observed that and felt it and told me was really cool. But anyway, this is kind of a John McLaughlin kind of a chord. It's got that kind of primordial soup. I'm just not a performance here, just showing some different chord forms in this tuning, but I like that a lot. I'll move that up a half step. Again, I'm just trying to get this. Also, this form here. I'm not warmed up, so I shouldn't try these hard licks right now. But this form. But yeah, this is a really cool tuning. You just make the G string and F sharp. And then you make the low E a D. I haven't played, so I shouldn't try my fast licks. It takes me a good hour to warm up. And by the way, a great thing to warm up your picking and to build picking technique is do like 7s and 5s, 3s, 4s, like. If you do this an hour or two a day, you will really build up your picking technique. So and then you do 7s. I do this an hour or two a day, and at 70 years old, I'm still building technique and still improving. In fact, I met a guy at a disc, you know, the frisbee golf, I think they call it disc golf, the other day, and he was saying, I think it was Pablo Casal, the great cellist, was like 90 years old or 91, And somebody asked him why he still practices every day, and he said, because I think I'm getting a little bit better still. Ha! How cool is that, huh? But yeah, these Garcias, if you can find a good one, they have a really nice woody sound, man. I really like it. But yeah, you can, like I said, you can start with just simple things like this. Just do two notes with the open string. But I showed, like I said, I can't, every video I do, I can't make it perfect, and I just use a little $100 recorder. But yeah, in little forms like this, I have a thing I've been working on. But yeah, I don't know how many Garcias I have. I think I've got about 10 or 11 classicals overall. Nothing worth more than maybe, $1,500, $2,000. Most of them are even way below that. I don't believe in spending thousands and thousands and thousands for guitar. My whole thing, and the guitars I buy and sell are great value for the money. I work really hard. It takes a long time to find the great guitars are few and far between. I love the flame on the back of this, by the way. But the great guitars are few and far between. But some of these Garcias really have a nice tone. They have a lot of, a lot of vibe, a lot of magic mojo, and a lot of kind of warm definition. But I love the sound of flame maple. Even if it's laminate flame maple, it still has a really great airy resonance and definition. But anyway, this is a great tuning to mess with. That's another form you can use. I probably just already showed it. Little things you can find. So yeah, you can have fun with this tuning. This form is movable. I should probably be warmed up before I do a nylon string video, but I just don't always have time to warm up. And I want to remind people, and this, like I said, these kind of John McLaughlin, where you can go for a kind of something kind of like this. Like I said, this weather seems to be changing the guitar. Now, anytime that it rains a lot and then doesn't rain and then rains a lot and doesn't rain, the wood changes, expands. So anyway, idea like that. Here's an idea I do. Come down with a classical flair. I really like that. As opposed to just, you come down with arpeggios. Kind of like a Bach feel. Here's another idea. Or, by the way, if you haven't haven't checked him out, check out Matteo Mancuso. Unbelievably, I think he's the best electric player on the planet right now. It's just unbelievable how far, even Al Di Meola said he's light years beyond most people. Coming from Al Di Meola, that's pretty heavy. Anyway. So yeah, little ideas like this. Or and like I said, again, working on your picking, you know, doing like 5s and 7s, that repetition, you know. I do this for an hour or two every day. And when I've warmed up for an hour, then the technique kind of wakes up. It's really fun. But you don't want to let your technique dominate your playing either. But this idea, I think, is a good idea of kind of a classical approach to single note. Yeah, if you can, some of these Garcias really have a nice sound. I just, you know, you don't need to spend, you know, 12 grand on a guitar. I think the price of guitars has gotten a little ridiculous personally. I think as art and collectible guitars, there's some viability there and some value, but I just think a lot of stuff's way overpriced. But like, that's why like my Gibson LGO, which has a solid carved top, it's like a 47, 48, 49 Gibson LGO. I'll do it for $2,700, and I sold my last one for $3,500, and that guitar is gonna go up. Maybe I'll pull it out here in a second. Anyway, just wanted to show some ideas. But yeah, I'll just real quick grab my, and I'm not trying to be, you know, obviously not trying to be real formal in my videos, so I don't need a bunch of critique about that. If you don't like what I'm doing, don't watch me. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but you know, I do a lot of giving on my channel, so I kind of get tired of the whining. Anyway, this is the Gibson L50. It's like a 47, 48, or 49. This is, I mean, if you look up what like a you know a 40s or 50s, a lot of Gibsons they're like, you know, 20 grand or something, or 15 grand or 12 grand. I'll do this for 2,700 plus shipping, and I'm not lying. I sold my last one for 35. This one actually sounds better. It's a solid carved top. It's got the Gibson sole. Might have even been designed. It's got a lot of violin voicing too. Anyway. Pressure into this. But hear how it has that warm sweetness. They spent a lot of time on the violin voicing on this. It's a solid carved top, Gibson 40. It's a no-brainer, man. This is a deal. It's going to go up in value, you know. People out there that sell them for a hell of a lot less, there's a reason. Usually they have all kinds of little repairs or cracks or whatever, you know. Or just don't have the sound. This one really, you know. Hear that ring? That woody reverb? I know, big jump from the nylon string, but I just wanted to show it. Yeah, this is really a beautiful guitar. If you never owned an old Gibson archtop, it's really a treat. And this one, like I said, with the carved top and everything, it's really, really a lot of value for the money, you know. Anyway, I think I'll stop right here. So everybody, keep the faith. Be careful what you focus on. Focus on joy. Try to be joyful and happy for no freaking reason. Just to be alive and be unfolding in time, you know. But when you're positive and you're joyful and you trust in your, you know, creator, trust in have wisdom and trust in what created you, and just understand that we're connected with the quantum field. We're connected with the unified field of all possibilities. I suggest you meditate every day and be positive and be careful what you focus on, because what you focus on expands. So, all right, remember, faith lets go, belief clings. Be positive. Ciao.